Dr. Pimple Popper is perhaps one of the most skilled celebrity dermatologists out there, but there are times when even the famed dermatologist is stumped at some cases, and we've made a compilation of some difficult pops in the history of the show. Welcome to Film Time, the greatest hour to know everything about your favorite TV series, reality shows, and entertaining news about your favorite celebrities. If you liked the video, we would greatly appreciate it if you click the like icon. And if you like content like this, never miss an update by subscribing to our channel below. There are varying difficult cases that have been featured on Dr. Pimple Popper, but there are cases that gave Dr. Lee a pause before she proceeds with treatment. So here are 10 outrageous pops that Dr. Pimple Popper just couldn't handle. Number 1. Showered cyst. Dr. Lee tried to remove 7 cysts from a patient's head and got bathed in the contents when the cysts exploded and took residence in her ponytail. While the good doctor managed to get the situation under control, it was clear it was a bit much for the famed dermatologist to handle.
I'm sure when I injected some anesthesia in it, I must have injected a little of that fluid under there.
Number 2. Tennis ball lump. When a patient saw Dr. Lee's help to remove a lipoma, it was clear the celebrity dermatologist was not prepared for the position of the lipoma. The lipoma is on the patient's neck, rendering it very dangerous for surgery. Although the tennis ball-sized lipoma is already a concern for Dr. Lee, the good doctor admits she's not sure she could treat the patient, as the patient could flex this bump at any will and suggests either the bump was under the muscle or knitted within a muscle.
This. You okay?
I'm good.
Come on, little one. I do.
Number 3. Tim's lipoma. There have been many world-breaking lipomas on Dr. Pimple Popper, and this case is no exception, as the patient had a massive melon-sized growth on his back. Dr. Lee was stumped at Tim's obvious large growth, as she reluctantly admits that the bigger the bump, the higher the risk of complications. But despite initial concerns that the surgery would not go smoothly, Dr. Lee proceeded to remove the growth, which weighs at about 12 pounds 9 ounces.
My nails, I feel like they're bending. You know what I mean when I did it? You guys know what I'm talking about.
Number 4. Avocado bump. Patients with bumps on their body are not a new phenomenon on Dr. Pimple Popper, but the famed dermatologist struggles with some cases at some point. A particular patient with lumps on their neck and the shoulder blade sought Dr. Lee's help for the bumps on their body. Dr. Lee was reluctant to perform the removal surgery as the lump was in a precarious area on her neck where there is little fat between the skin and the internal structures.
Little baby pinch here. It's not too bad.
I don't want to die.
Oh my God, don't.
Number 5. Too dilated pore of Weiner. A patient sought Dr. Pimple Popper's help to remove 2 enormous blackheads on their back, and Dr. Lee diagnosed them as a dilated pore of Weiner. The blackheads were extremely difficult to remove, even for the good Dr. Lee. She had to inform the patient to come back for another session, since there's a high chance the growth might come back.
Blackhead be extracted. You're not one of those people, you're saying? Oh.
Number 6. Daniel's psoriasis. Not a regular on Dr. Pimple Popper, but still a case the doctor almost dropped. The patient named Daniel has psoriasis that covers 90% of his entire body and causes him excessive pain. It would have been a normal case of psoriasis, but what gave Dr. Lee a pause is the fact that Daniel's case is extremely rare and a type Dr. Lee has never seen. She admits there is not much she could do for Daniel, as there's no immediate cure for his condition.
Socks off here now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Number 7. Grape-sized nose. Tony, a man Dr. Lee diagnosed with rhinophrima, has been living with his condition for 5 years. The 55-year-old man has growths on his nose that have caused him discomfort and prevent him from breathing properly. Tony's rhinophrima was so severe that Dr. Lee was a bit cautious about treating Tony, as it could turn out to be more than they could handle if she ended up scarring his nose. Dr. Lee eventually burned off the grape-sized growths, unearthing Tony's real nose underneath.
And let's get started with him. My plan is to definitely bring up the growth before he leaves, but
Number 3. Ken's bump. Ken has bumps all over his body that started many years ago, with blackheads and whiteheads that have turned bigger. Looking at the numbers of bumps on Ken's body, the famed dermatologist was stumped at the initial stage, as she's never seen that amount of bumps on a patient's body before. It was one of the worst cases Dr. Pimple Popper has ever treated on the show.
Had underneath there.
Number 9. Tracy trichopitheliomas. A patient sought Dr. Lee's help for the bumps that had taken residence on their face. Dr. Pimple Popper diagnosed them with trichopitheliomas. Dr. Lee had concerns the procedure would leave a bloody mess on her patient's face and didn't want to proceed with the surgery. The famed dermatologist sliced, snipped, and cut the lumps that left bloody blemishes on Tracy's face.
You can even see how it shrivels.
Number 10. Delano. Delano had previously visited Dr. Lee to remove a growth that had been on his back for a while. Dr. Pimple Popper diagnosed him with lymphangioma. She removed the growth, but the growth came back 18 months later. Dr. Lee had to look for another doctor that was willing to perform the surgery without charging anything.
So was it a success as far as you know?
Yeah, it was a success.
Great. That's
They
awesome.
removed her whole.
There you have it, guys. 10 outrageous pops Dr. Pimple Popper just couldn't handle. Did you enjoy the video? Which of these cases surprised you? Share your opinions in the comment section below with other popaholics. We hope you guys enjoyed the compilation as much as we did. And if you did, please do not hesitate to click the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more awesome content just like this. We hope to see you again soon. Adios.